Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Jordie James, and thank you so much for sharing the next 13 or 15 minutes with me. The first thing I need to get off my chest is, fortunately and unfortunately, this is going to be my last show for the year. I am definitely coming back. It's not something that I'm not going to say goodbye forever. It's see you later. And it's really interesting because I haven't been able to be here over the last couple of weeks because I've been really, really busy. So the time has just not been sort of fitting in. And the rest of the year is just mad packed at the moment for me as well, which I'm feeling truly blessed with. But I thought definitely this last show, I thought I'd just have a bit of a chat and know that I'm not going to take any callers today, but it's just for me, I want to sort of get and chat about a few things. Now, I know that when we finish things, and it's really interesting, I'm going to talk about this. I was thinking about getting some cards out or doing something that sort of, it's always interesting, and something sort of come up on something I was just watching before about evolvement and about change and about growth and about moving forward. Now, this particular beautiful radio show that I do every week has always made me feel beautiful, fantastic, and growth. And I meet some gorgeous listeners, and I've met some gorgeous people over the last, oh my God, I've been with A1R for a couple of years. Excuse me. I got a frog in my throat. And I've also been through the dreaded C word as well over the last month. So it's been quite an evolving month for me. But because I haven't been able to find the time, and I won't be able to find the time for the rest of the year, that's why I've sort of stopped my radio show from this time. But I will be back next year. 100% I'll be back next year. So, but evolving and changing and growth, we sometimes feel a little bit like nails down a chalkboard, or razor blades or sandpaper when we have to change, because when we feel like we need to move for a little while, we don't want to put other people on the off foot, or we don't want to disappoint people. But if we stay with something that doesn't work for you, and I'm not saying this radio doesn't work for me, because it works for me. It's a beautiful thing. I can't wait to come back next year. But when we are evolving and changing, it's not about letting other people down. It's letting us down if we're not actually noticing that we do need to take that step, and we do need to move, and we do need to evolve. We're letting ourselves down because we haven't taken that step to move in that different direction for that time being. So I know that this is always here. I know I'll always be able to come back, but I don't want to disappoint you in not being able to make it or not being able to do things. But in that sense, evolvement. So for you guys, when we evolve, we change, we grow, we move on. And it's really important to own it. It's really important to know that it's not about other people, it's about ourselves growing. And I know that there's change in the wind, and I know between now and the end of the year, it's like I'm jam-packed, and everyone I've spoken to over the last couple of weeks is jam-packed full. And it's really good because we're now coming out of the hangover of the universal hibernation, and it's starting to get back into normality again. And it's a different normality, don't get me wrong, but it's a beautiful normality because we are able to go and we are able to embrace the things that we haven't been able to in a new light, in a new energy, in new eyes. And it's the most gorgeous thing. I know that after universal hibernation, I swore to myself that if there's anyone coming out for concerts, music, doesn't matter if I don't have enough money or I have lots of money, it's not about the finances, it's about me going for the experience. So I now know that every time an artist comes out to Australia, or we just saw Billie Eilish, and I booked the tickets last year for Billie Eilish. And oh my God, what an amazing entertainer, performer. She is, no word of a lie. There was um, simplicity, but the simplicity in the work that she does was magnified. And it was just the most amazing concert. Absolutely love Billie. And her music's just amazing as well. So if you ever want to listen to some great music, and everyone knows Billie Eilish, but it's just, so for me, every concert, and we did have Foo Fighters at the end of the year, but unfortunately that is not going ahead, as you all know. But I'm like going Ed Sheeran, but I've actually made a promise to myself that if there's a concert that is coming out, or an artist that's coming out, or a theatre play that's happening that I really want to see, I'm going. No matter what, I'm doing it, I'm going. And so for me, to you guys, start doing that for yourselves. Start going, well, I only live once. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And the money will find it will find you if you need to go. And I'm just waiting for other acts to come out, and I'm just going to go, yes, I'm going to see that. And Robbie Williams is coming out next year, and I'm like, I've seen him a couple of times. I love Robbie, but I'm going to wait. I don't feel the call for that one, if that makes sense. But it's important to do things that really light your fire, really move you into different directions. And so for me, the involvement now is, if I want to do something, I'm doing it, and it doesn't matter what's going to stop. Nothing's going to stop me, unless obviously I'm not meant to be there, which the universe does stop me in gorgeous ways. A couple of years ago, that I wanted to go somewhere and I couldn't, the money wasn't presenting. I wasn't listening to the universe, and they put me on my butt. So it's important to listen to the universe as well. So as I start working with this, it's important to know that I'm even evolving as a reader, as a healer, as well. So change is in the wind. It's every day we evolve, every day we change. And the more that we push against the change and against the evolvement, the harder our life is, or the harder the work is, or the harder the energy is. So if you find that you cannot open that door, and you've tried to open it 3 times, then it's not that path for you. It's not that door for you. So allow that change to happen, and go, breathe, and move in that different direction, and open a different door for the time being. It's ever evolving and ever growing. And so it's really interesting. It's very fitting that my last show, I'm talking about evolvement and change. But I know that moving forward, there's good stuff coming, and I know that I will be back. It's not like I'm not saying goodbye at all. I'm saying see you later, till next year, because I need to put my energy in a different direction, and that's fine. That's really important for us to know that if we, and it's like relationships, it's like work. If it's not feeding you anymore, if it's not giving you the energy or the passion or the oomph, then it's time to sit down. And if it's a relationship, sit down, put all the cards on the table, and really look at it with different eyes and different perspectives, so you can go, okay, let's change with this. Let's evolve with this. I've been with my husband for 27 years. And for us, we always sit down and go, this is what I'm feeling right now. This is what I need to move with. And the more that we talk about it, the easier the relationship grows. And then sometimes if we don't have that facility or that outlet, then we just go, it's done. Like that door starts to close. So evolving and changing, if you accept people for that, it's a lot easier to move through life. And it's like when we get new managers at work, we have to change or evolve to work with that environment because that different elements come in. And that's okay. If the element doesn't fit you or the puzzle piece doesn't fit you with that manager, then sit down and have a chat. And if it still doesn't fit, it's time to change, time to move. So it's really important that you sit with yourself when you feel the change or the move, if that makes sense, and not beat yourself up. So, and with the challenges that we have in this day and age, especially over the last couple of years, we've had adaptability fatigue. I know I'm getting the wrap up. It's important to be kind to yourself. So with my parting words, please look after yourselves, do self-care, self-worth, self-confidence, as you all know. Until next time, which will be next year, and that's not a threat, that's a promise. I will be back next year. So blessings and hugs to you all. Have a lovely Christmas, a lovely Thanksgiving, a lovely Halloween as well. Samhain over there is coming up. So have a great rest of the year, and you will definitely see me next year. Okay, bye for now.